Well, hello and welcome to another edition of Lab Rats, boy. My name's Andy Walker.
Sean Carruthers.
And look at this disco shirt. Oh my God.
Yes, and look at that
Hey,
hoodie.
it's my Puffle shirt from mypenguin.com. It's cool and it's like puffly.
Well, you may ask why it looks like we're both techno DJs. That's because we're going to talk about audio today.
Yeah, no, we're going to convert your old LPs, long-playing records, music on there, into digital MP3 files.
We are going to talk about that and talk about, if you got an old cassette, how to do the same sort of thing.
Let's go faster.
Obviously, he's not a DJ.
Anyways. Fun! I love the toys! Okay, so, that's what we're going to do. We're going to show you how to take, I bet you, if you're 15 or 20 or 25, your dad or your mom has a note crate in your basement full of old, fantastic, like albums from the 80s and 70s and stuff.
Yep.
And it's all royalty free. You can actually, because you own those things, you can actually convert them to MP3s and put them on your iPod.
This may change based on your jurisdiction.
That's true. Cool. So after this message,
we won't tell if you do it, though, and it's illegal.
That's right. After this message, we're going to show you exactly how to do that with these fun gadgets, Sean's Mac, and I'm going to show you some stuff on Windows a little later on.
All right. My breath's looking a bit barfy here.
I feel a bit barfy too, but I think that was the food demo a while back. All right, check this out. We'll be back in a minute.
Okay, bye.
Oi!
If a bunny was the new Camtasia Studio 5, it would be the fastest, it would be the smartest, and you would love it. The new Camtasia Studio 5, screencasting software that's better than a bunny. Download it at www.techsmith.com.
All right, well, we're going to show you how to use convert your old albums to MP3s, but you can also have some fun with gadgets like this. Although I can sit here all day and do this. This is really fun.
Well, off the top, let's just talk about what this gadget is.
Yeah, so many of you will not know what this device is.
Well, this particular one, it's pretty obvious this is a turntable, but for someone who wants to buy a turntable, they've got a whole pile of vinyl in the basement, it's their dad's old vinyl, like he said, and they want to convert it, but they don't actually have the turntable anymore. Why buy a turntable and a device to convert the...
Oh, sorry.
Quit that.
Okay. Sorry.
All right. So traditionally, if you have the turntable, you can convert it into an MP3 file by getting an analog to digital converter.
Sean, I think you're getting ahead of yourself. You should show them what vinyl looks like first. There are people out there who've never seen this before. Honestly, if you're younger than 30, you've probably never seen like this. Okay. You used to actually play music off these round, flat things.
I've got the best record in the history of time.
Oh my God.
Sesame Disco.
Sesame Disco.
And, there's these pictures right here. There's, our favorite Sesame Street characters. Bert right here is the unhippest guy in the history of time.
Mm-hmm. Like you.
Like me. And Ernie right here is kind of like you.
Yep.
So, anyways.
We're the Bert and Ernie of the podcast world. I think we are.
We might be,
sad.
So,
okay, so we're going to take the music off of this round thing. Can you open it up and have a look? Yeah. It's like, it looks like a...
See, he's totally Ernie. So this right here is one of those records that you will never, ever see on MP3. Don't wreck my record.
I won't.
This is worth $100,000 now.
Yeah, I bet you
no, flip it onto the other side. Because that had Disco Frog, but this side right here has Me Lost Me Cookie at the Disco. And we're going to show you how to convert this.
Okay.
So, traditionally, if you wanted to take your old records and put them into MP3 format, you would need a player like this.
Okay.
And you would need a device. And I'll actually show you this one device right here that we've got. So if you've got an old school turntable, you get something like the Instant Music from ADS Tech. And it essentially is a little box that has ports on the back for audio inputs. And a USB port that you can hook to your computer. So this device here will essentially convert the old analog signal from your turntable or your cassette deck or what have you into a digital signal on your computer.
Right.
And it'll save it as an MP3.
Techno-magical thing going on.
Techno-magic right here. So that's one way to do it if you already have the equipment.
Right, okay. Now what one of these gizmos cost, these turntable-y things?
Turntables, if you're just getting one that just does turntable all by itself, is about $170 to $180 for a really entry-level one from someone like Sony.
Yeah.
They the ones that you can get at that level may have a built-in amplifier. Problem with older turntables is that sometimes you needed a preamp to get the audio level high enough to be heard by a recording device.
Right. Okay.
So that's why you had an amplifier in the old days. You put the turntable through that, it would amplify it, and then you could hear it.
Makes it louder.
Makes it a bit louder, right. So what you can do with these new lines of turntables like this one is take the music from your turntable and move it to your computer.
It's got
over
a USB connector,
USB.
Right? So it's actually a USB device.
It is a USB device.
Cool.
This one doubles, this is the Stanton T90 USB. It doubles as a regular turntable, so you can hook it into your...
You can kind of
it does have DJ controls, in fact, so you can use it as a DJ turntable, or you can use it with a regular home stereo setup because it's got the regular analog outputs, but it also has this USB.
Right.
Now, if you just want USB only, there's ones like the Ion USB turntable that you can get from sites like ThinkGeek. Okay. This one right here, because it has all the DJ controls and it has all of the regular analog and USB outputs, it's about $299. It's a more professional kind of model.
Very good.
But it is a great way to bring your things over digitally.
So now we're gonna play this, and we're gonna get that track off of here and onto one of.
Okay. So what you need is you need software to convert it. I'm using a Mac, so I'm just going to use GarageBand. It's a great way just to record anything that you've got going. So you set up a new track, set it up as a real audio track as opposed to a virtual instrument, and then you would just hit record, essentially, and it's recording. So now we'll go over to here. We've set up our over here in the preferences our audio inputs, so we would set up USB audio codec here. It's a bit grayed out because we are recording at the moment.
Right.
But then what we'll do is we'll just start recording again. And, oh, we're going backwards now. So what we're doing now is this audio is coming in from the turntable over to GarageBand.
Wait, now you're not using this, though?
I'm not using that. Right. It's coming over USB from that. But you could use this with GarageBand as well.
Oh, because this actually has the guts inside it to digitize it and push it into USB.
Exactly.
Right, okay, yeah.
So you could do it with an old turntable like this, or you could use a cassette deck.
Old turntable with that, if you didn't have this built-in funky, fun, next-generation cool converter thingy.
Exactly.
Fun.
So there we go. So we're actually recording this in.
This is like bliss. I love Sesame Street. Sesame Street Disco plus technology. It's just, you can't beat it. Okay, good. That's it?
That's pretty much it. So we're getting this in. So that's the first part of the equation.
All right.
Oh, he's losing his cookie at the disco now. Okay, so there we go. We are done. So we have recorded this in. Yeah. So the next step is we have our audio track, obviously, here. We can play back and listen to what we've recorded there. So just for the sake of time here, we're going to assume that portion right there is where the track breaks. So you would record the entire side of this using GarageBand.
You start at the beginning, go all the way to the
right.
end.
So we're going to look at something that you have later that will allow you to slice and dice all of this thing. So you record 20 minutes, slice it into MP3s. What you can do in a GarageBand is find that spot in here where you have the track break, and you can go up into Edit and just hit Split. Now you've got two tracks here.
Right, got it.
And so you can select both of them and just move this other one. Now you've got two different tracks. Okay. And you can save these things out. You can move them into different files, move them into different tracks, and just save one track out at a time. So it's not necessarily the easiest way to do that, but if you have GarageBand, you can do this just by recording the whole side and then just splitting the tracks into different songs. All right.
Now, I mean, on the Windows side of things, and I will show you an application that I've used and a little tutorial a little later on after the break, but on the Windows side, you just need a program to record the audio and inputs from a source. So you could go from a standard record, and if you go into this, one of the tricks is to go into line in. Go into microphone as opposed to line in. Stop it. No, so you want to go from, so you can actually go into the microphone. The microphone actually has an amplification piece of that, right? So you can do that. But anyway, I'll show you a little tutorial a little later on after the break that actually will walk you through it and you don't have to worry about. the minutia of it.
Yeah, that is one thing that you do mention is correct. If you have a microphone input or just a line-in input on your sound card, you can go from an auxiliary output on a stereo and record it in. It's not necessarily going to be the best quality doing it.
It won't be particularly loud, but it'll be louder than just not using that at all.
Right.
To line in. Well, that's fun. Okay. Anything else we need to know? That it?
Yeah, I need to know what happened to his cookie.
Disco. He lost his cookie at the disco.
Let's take a break and see if he finds his cookie, and we'll show off your Windows trick.
All right, when we come back. Well, it's only been 30 seconds for you, but it's been about 19 for us, because I just had a maple energy ball. I have, honestly, look at this.
You were inspired. Look at that.
Isn't that delicious?
Yeah, you were inspired by the Cookie Monster, weren't you?
I was just sort of taken by the spirit of the Cookie Monster.
We had to brush him
I
off.
my cookie in the disco. And these are maple. We'll actually put the recipe for these at during the credits, because this is the maple. What's it called? Energy
Maple nut orb.
Maple nut orbs.
That's pretty high tech.
There you go. Anyway, so one final thing before we get to pictures. We have pictures, right?
We have pictures.
We have pictures.
Not of the Cookie Monster.
No. Good. Is on Windows. I actually did a little video tutorial on how to do this on Windows using a product called All Sound Recorder XP. So for those of you that are still on Windows XP, it's a really good product out there. You can download it. It's about $20, $30. And I show you in this video, we'll put the URL right here, where to get to it, on how to walk through and use it to record all of your LPs.
I should just mention that I showed off the ADS ADS TAC Instant Music. It does come with software as well that will help you slice and dice as well. So if you get this as a product, it'll also have that in there. But as you mentioned, you'll take viewers through the process of doing it from scratch.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's a fun little tutorial, as always. Right?
Always.
Always. Okay. That's it for that. Let's look at some pictures.
Did we ever find out what happened to Cookie Monster's cookie? Was it
Put it in the disco.
Yeah, it was at the back somewhere by the exit.
It was under somebody's shoe.
Yeah.
I think lost his maple ball. We shouldn't take so much time between commercials next time.
Yes.
All right.
Viewer pictures.
Pictures.
This is Rob, and he's in Somerset, England.
Oh, you ready?
And he's a little bit on an angle.
Nice. Robert.
Very
Robert?
good. Rob.
Rob.
Could be probably
Yeah,
short for
Rob.
Robert. I don't
Across
know.
the pond.
Maybe it's Robbingham. I don't know. You never know these days.
Moving on. Let's go.
I had too many of those cookies as well.
This
is Daniel.
Okay.
Daniel in Dunn, North Carolina.
Well, this is North Carolina. So are we showed locally on local television there or something? I don't
Maybe.
know. Have you ever been there?
Maybe we're in cable access there now.
Could be. All right, good.
Right, so there we go. Picture, there's a
Daniel?
little bit of red eye. Maybe we should do a tutorial for Daniel on how to remove that red
Get
eye.
rid of your Satan eyes.
But there we go.
Good.
And this is Jonathan and his kitten Midnight. A very close-up picture of Midnight, in fact.
Oh.
Got a little bit of kitten nostril in the picture there.
Nice. Okay.
And
If you send
Daniel,
your
or
pictures-
Jonathan appears to be hiding there.
If you send pictures, don't send pictures of your kitten boogers. You don't want to see those. No,
Yes.
you don't.
And don't send pictures of your own boogers either.
No, exactly. All right.
Or-
That's it.
That is it.
No pictures of Cookie Monster.
No pictures of Cookie Monster.
By the way, Cookie Monster, if you're watching, please don't sue us for using your copyrighted material. It's for demonstration purposes only.
Yes.
Can you get that on DVD or in iTunes now?
No.
Can't.
No, that's why you got to do this, what we did today.
That's right.
But you know what? If we get a petition going, maybe we
Maybe
can
one day.
get that onto iTunes.
Cookie Monster is
Cookie
on it.
Monster in the Disco.
In the disco. What's it called? The album? It's called Sesame.
The album is called Sesame Disco with special guest star Kermit the Frog.
I love it.
Featuring Cookie Monster, Big Bird, the kids, and the girls, Kermit the Frog and the girls, Oscar the Grouch doing the trash. And a disco version of Bein' Green.
Oh, that sounds like your love life before you got married. Sorry, Eileen.
Moving on.
All right.
Are we done?
All right. That's it for another episode of Lab Rats.
You're a bad man.
Thank you for downloading this week. I really appreciate it. My name is Andy Walker.
I'm Sean Carruthers.
We'll see you next time.
Don't ever do that again.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Eileen.
No, I meant the boy.
Are you ready? Try this at home.
I'm going to be bringing my notebook up. So if you can get the picture, then I'll move this down.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Lab rats.
Wait a second. Let me get this.
Get the rat in there.